Isn't God good? Isn't God good? Isn't God good? On Monday, at 10:09 p.m., Layla Mariah Sanders was born in Columbus, Ohio, at the Grant Hospital. We brought home the trophy. Hey there, Purple. We brought home the championship. We brought home a win. On last Tuesday, I dropped everything I was doing to rush to, good afternoon, Columbus, Ohio, because my daughter had gone into pre-labor. And we waited, thank you, for 7 days. And labor and delivery is not an exact science. You do what you need to do when you need to do it and pray that everything works out just fine. 7 days of monitoring, medicating, twisting, turning, all of those good things. But we came home with the championship. Lord have mercy. We came home with the trophy. We came home with a healthy baby. And that is a blessing. That is the work of God. That is worth celebrating. And so on this day, I want to give God all the glory, all the praise, all the honor, all the love, all the joy for moving the Sanders family through this new birth, our 6th grandchild, and awaiting number 7 in July. So God is good, man. God is good. The doctor was nice enough to allow for my daughter, Auntie, to actually deliver the baby. And it was great. And it was great for many reasons, but it was great, hear me now, for these reasons in particular. Hey there. In December, my daughter came to Cleveland, the same daughter, to catch a flight to Louisiana. And before that flight took off, one of the engines caught on fire. And so the plane did take off, but it circled Lake Erie while they apparently established a plan, and then they landed immediately. So 40 minutes after dropping her off at the airport, I got a call saying, "Dad, the plane caught on fire. Lord have mercy. But I'm okay, and I need you to come pick me up from the airport." And I did. But she said, "I'm not getting on any more airplanes." And so subsequently, we drove a van from Columbus to Baton Rouge for that graduation. And it was a blessing. But on last week, while in Columbus, that same daughter was picking up her nieces, my grandbabies, and on one of those freeways, it was slick, it was snowing, it was cold. And because she is a very defensive driver, she drives more so on the brakes than she does with the gas pedal. and she literally witnessed a 10-car pileup right in front of her. Everybody in front of her failed to have their brakes on, and they ran into the car in front of them. And so as a result, she pulled over and sat in the parking lot for a few moments to gather herself and talk to God. And she said, God, what's going on? What's going on, God? What's going on? And then for her, on just a couple days ago, to have the experience of delivering her niece. And she delivered her. The doctor helped her out. The doctor gave her guidance, but she delivered that baby. And we've got the pictures to prove it. And it was amazing. And I could tell by her demeanor and the look in her eyes that she had had a life-changing experience over the last couple weeks, which was culminated in the assisting of life being ushered into this world. And I thought it was amazing. No tears were shed, just smiles, joy, and hugs. Because God has a way of bringing you through the storm. If you will just keep your hand in God's unchanging hand, God will see you through. Great, great, great story among many stories. We brought home the trophy. We brought home the championship. We brought home a win. Thank God for some wins. We brought home another win. Oh, thanks be to God. I stopped by tonight to tell you that you cannot beat God's giving no matter how hard you try. We are working, and we are going to talk about for the next 3 weeks. We've already talked about it for 1 week. We're talking about the different aspects of giving. Giving. When you are under persecution, like the people of America are, when there is division in the air, when there is injustice everywhere, where it seems like people are complacent or indifferent, the only way and the best way to get through this season of discontent is to give. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about real giving. Because I'm finding out that money is not always real giving. I'm talking about giving attention. I'm talking about giving your time. I'm talking about giving your love, encouraging words. I'm talking about giving assistance as it relates to preventing people from being lonely. And I am talking about your family and no one else. Giving is the root of abundant living. Giving is the best way to imitate God. Giving is the best way to learn love. Giving allows for you to focus on what is outstanding. And now we're going to move into the esoteric meaning of giving. And I'm going to enjoy this too. I am learning that there is power in giving, and the power in giving, one of the powers is that you learn that you have more than enough on the inside. And you don't necessarily need anything from the outside. You don't need anything from the outside of your community. You don't need anything from the outside of your home. You don't need anything from the outside of yourself. It would be nice, but God gave you more than you need. And if you circulate it, manage it, align it properly, God will have given you a gift that keeps on giving for the entirety of your life. Jesus was a gift that kept giving and continues to give and will give for the entirety of your life and all lives that are to come. He was there at the foundation of the world. He gave his life that we might have life. He has gone to prepare a better place, and he will be back. And at every juncture, Jesus Christ makes a difference because of his giving. And I dare say to you, if you want to make a historical and spiritual difference in the lives of the people around you, you will learn how to be at least one of the givers. When people think of your name, you want them to think of someone who gives. That's what you want. You do not want to be a taker. And as a result, you will begin and you can experience a life that makes a difference. You want to be a giver. Now, I'm going to look at the esoteric definition of giving tonight. I don't know how long we're going to be. We definitely will not be more than an hour. But there is a such thing as an esoteric definition of giving to God. First of all, be clear that you really don't own anything. You are merely a trustee. And the moment you begin to think that it is yours, that is the moment you will begin to lose. You don't own anything. God has called you to manage what he has given you. And you are called to manage it, everything that is under your charge, to a level of excellency where God himself will be pleased. Esoterically, giving to God is the conscious alignment of one's energy, intention, and resources with divine order. What I'm trying to communicate to you tonight, that esoterically giving has to do with conscious alignment. It has to do with you using your mind to align with those things that give energy, intention, and resources to divine order. Your goal is to be aligned with divine order. As such, God can bless order. God can bless things done decently and in order, which puts you in a position of alignment where you do not have to beg anyone for anything at any time. That is a result and the basis of giving esoterically. I need to say to you tonight that I know that many persons, when they hear giving from the mouth of a Baptist preacher like me, all they hear is money. Keep your damn money. Please, keep your money. You're going to need it. Because if your money is that important, you've lost. I'm not saying mismanage your money. I'm not saying give it away freely. But when your money